What's up, guys? We're still in this series on actually doing stuff in Google Ads in the trenches, so called. And yeah, so what did I do today? What did I learn? Well, we're still waiting on that appeal for our business name, so that's still in progress. Nothing to report there. We went ahead and actually I think solved most of my tagging problems. This was something I didn't know if it was working. It said it wasn't working, but it looks like we're gathering data from the tag. It did say it needed work today. I went ahead and got that into excellent. There's no more issues. There was two things I had to do. It was like not all the sites are tagged. We don't actually have a main website. We just have a bunch of funnels, so I just had to ignore that. So that solved that tagging issue. And then the other one was basically letting Google cross-reference other data sources. So I just said like any website that contains our URL, something along those lines. Not exactly sure, but that's what I did. So another thing I did was start to actually look around in the reports and insights tab. So I started getting a little better understanding of how our ads are doing, which ad groups are working, which ones aren't doing so well, and kind of just getting a feel for that section on checking reports. And then the other thing I did was I took one of the activities from the Google Skill Shop course I threw it into ChatGPT and basically just said, give me the actionables from this activity. And it was vague. But I can say we knocked out the main three actionables there, which were apply broad match keywords, which we have applied a lot of broad match keywords. We're on AI Max as well, campaign setting. Turned that on yesterday. But we still have plenty of phrase match and exact match keywords. However, we have a limited budget. Google is telling us budget limited, budget limited. So I don't think about turning all of our keywords into broad match right now is probably the best move, just because it's going to be too much for Google to test. Instead, I'll just wait for Google to recommend different keyword suggestions, removing certain keywords, adding new keywords, changing from phrase match to broad match or exact match to broad match. I'll just wait for those and then auto apply those. Those are on auto apply. So that's the broad match keywords currently taken care of. Smart bidding currently taken care of. We're maximizing conversions. The goal eventually is going to be to track on offline sales and optimize for offline sales, not total leads. That's going to eventually be the ideal. But currently we are using a smart bidding strategy. And then the third recommendation or actionable from that activity was, so we had broad match keywords, smart bidding, and then responsive search ads, which I was going to go and just kind of look at our headlines, see if I can get a report on assets on the headlines, images, site links, descriptions. I want to see if I can get a report on the assets and see if we can shuffle in some new ones if we have some poor assets. So that will be what I start with tomorrow, is to kind of check the headlines, check the descriptions, check the images, see what I can learn just through kind of rummaging through there, seeing if I can get a report, seeing if we have all our headlines getting tested. And eventually my plan was going to be to take this tagging course, which I still kind of do want to since I don't know that much about it. But apparently tagging has been at least taken care of minimally right now. It says it's excellent, it's collecting data. So that seems all right. I'm just going to keep kind of learning through hands-on experience until I feel like I've reached the point where I'm pretty familiar with the platform, clicking around. I've implemented everything that I know to do from all the course I've already taken, which I studied for 14 hours ish. There's still a lot to apply from there. Mostly just what I've been doing is applying mostly a lot of the Google recommendations for the optimization score, trusting the optimization score, turning most of the things over to automations and AI, and taking care of putting out any fires, when you do appeal business name, missing security 2FA, phone numbers, tagging, kind of putting these fires out. But now I'm going to keep just showing up every day, learning some more, talking it through. We do have a lot of questions I wrote down for while I was taking the Google course, so those will be good to go and see if I can answer now. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.